Hello fellow seekers and welcome back to my channel. This is Amanda Artemisa Forrester of Mystic Forrester, a rune reader, diviner, and polytheist mystic. It looks like I will be moving by the end of the month. So before that happens, I wanted to show you my altar to Odin because these things tend to get moved around a little bit in the moves. And I did promise earlier that I would show you each of my altars. So I definitely wanted to show you this one. And I do not use this one as much as I would like because it is downstairs and I just don't use the living room as much. So I'm hoping that at my new place I'll be able to rejigger where everything is placed and I'll actually be able to use this one more often because it was just time for Odin to get his own altar. This is only a few months old, but it was just time for him to have his own altar instead of just a corner of the main working altar in my bedroom. So this collage I made myself. I'm sorry that there's a little bit of glare from the light, but I hope you can see everything on it. The picture itself, I wish I could credit the artist, but I found it on the internet somewhere and printed it out a long time ago. But the rest is just stuff that I collected from different places, from newspapers, from catalogs, a few tarot cards. The ravens are actually from a very old Llewellyn witches date book. I think the 2006 one, but I saved each one of those. I use the Witch's Date book all the time, but they have so many beautiful pictures in them, and because collaging is one of my favorite devotional activities, I save all of them. So, yeah, that is my that is my Odin claws. Sorry, sometimes I have to get distracted looking at him. This quote right here comes from a mindfulness calendar, one of those little rip-off ones, and what it says is, I breathe the breath of life. I contemplate the breath of life. I awaken the breath of life. My breath is the breath of the world, and the breath of the world is my breath. Now, the reason I folded that up and put that on the Odin altar, which you may or may not know this, but Odin is breath. Odin breathed the breath into Ask and Imla, the first man and woman. So every time that we breathe, so breathing meditations is a great way to connect to him because he is our consciousness, our breathing. So that is, excuse me, I'm going to get a little closer here. That is a fantastic way to get close to him. This is a solid silver commemorated Odin coin, which my brother actually gave to me for Yule last year. This is Valkyrie on the other side, but obviously I'm displaying the Odin sign, so that was a really thoughtful gift from my brother. Obsidian, this is a natural stone with a hole in it. Unfortunately, it does not go all the way through. I'm still looking for one of those. Hag stones are also called Odin stones. You may not know that. But yeah, I'm still looking for one of those fairy stones. This bottle of wine I actually got from Aldi's. It's all gone now, but I saved the bottle for the altar because that image right there was giving me serious Odin vibes, and that is just awesome. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I just love that. See, somewhere along the line in the modern world, we forgot that Odin is more than a king. He got equated to being just this patriarchal king when he's really such a wanderer, and there's so much more to him. And he's really far more like Loki than he is like Zeus, which is what a lot of people equate him to. This is where I'm collecting all of his sacred herbs. I've only got 6 of them so far, but there are 9 sacred herbs that are named sacred to him. Yes, I have belladonna. I will not be ingesting that. That's just for ritual purposes. according to the Merseburg charm, he's got 9 herbs that are sacred to him. I've only got 6 right now, but this is what I have so far. And this just has candles in it. Loki did kind of insist on having a picture on the lower shelf. I kept losing things and having small things go wrong until I basically just did some divination and asked, Loki, is this you? Are you basically asking for a little bit of acknowledgement? And then it stopped. So I had to put a little picture of Loki on the bottom shelf. But, you know, according to the lore, wherever Odin is hailed, wherever Odin gets a glass of wine, Loki is supposed to be on it as well. So far, Loki hasn't demanded anything else. He's just been happy with just this little bit of acknowledgement. So that's good, I suppose. Who knows? There may be more of a devotional relationship later at some point. But I do not know. I've only got sage here right now. I usually have a mugwort stick, but I don't right now because I completely burnt it all out at my last rune reading. I ran through the entire thing. I had so many clients, so I'm waiting for my shipment to get here. This I'm not going to open, so I'm not going to show it to you. It is an Odin Reliquary, which is another devotional thing, which you can find from Galina Krasikova's Whisperings of Odin. But it's basically just got little things in there that remind me of him, like tobacco and just individual things like that. But the last time that I almost showed it to someone, I got a very almost violent no reaction. Like just an instinctual intuition feeling that this is not to be shared. There's nothing bad in it. It's just kind of like a sacred mystery. It's just something for me and Odin. And that happens sometimes with religion. So the box is very pretty. I can show you the box. And I can give you a little idea about the reliquary. But it's a very tactile type of devotion and a way to bring the god into your mind. And I love this idea. It's kind of like the collage, but more physical. And again, I got this from Galina Krasikova's Whisperings of Odin, which is 9 nights of 9 different types of devotional things. So you should totally check that out if you're interested in that. But yeah, so that's